Hello party people, hi, what's up? I hope your management exam preparation is going well. This video which I have specifically made is covering the topic of ratio and proportion. Now though many of you understand that ratio and proportion is one of the most simple topics, but at times what's going to happen is you can see all the applicative based question could also be a part of all the management exam which you are planning to give. Be it CAT, ZAD, IFT, SNAP and MAT or CD. So let's see all the possible topics and the questions at length. Okay. Now, before you actually begin, it's very important for you to understand the importance of this topic, and on the basis of this, probably you can plan that how much time do you actually want to invest behind this topic. So, people who are planning to give CAD, you can expect 1 to 2 decent number of questions. CMAT, you can expect not more than 2 questions, and MAT not more than 3 questions overall. Now, the only thing that you should know of before you actually take all the applicative based questions of your ratio and proportion, that be very clear with what's a ratio and what is a proportion. Now, when you compare two values with each other, for example, when you compare A with B or when you compare P with Q, it's called as a ratio. For example, A in comparison of B is nothing but 1 by 5. P in comparison with Q is nothing but 3:4. Okay, so you actually compare nothing but A with B or C with D. So that's two value with each other. And or if at all, when you compare out of a total value of 6, 1 is given to A and 5 is given to B, you are actually dealing with a proportion, which means out of a total that A is to B, A plus B has, what has been given to A. For example, if out of 6, 1 has been given to A, it means A's proportion is going to be 1 by 6. A's proportion is going to be 1 by 6. Same is the case here, that if P by Q is nothing but 3:4, which means out of a total of 7 that you have, 3 has been given to P and 4 has been given to Q, then the proportion of P is nothing but, as this being mentioned, is 3:7. And that's it what you require before you actually take up all the applicative based question. Now the way in which we'll be dealing with all the applicative based question that's going to be coming ahead is something which we call as MPAP strategy, which is all nothing but a simple jugaad of math which we're going to apply in all the possible questions to get the answers, because the objective is you should get the answer no matter how. Okay. Now let's take one of the simple questions so that you actually understand what I'm talking about. Okay, take this question. The objective is, as soon as you are done with the reading of the question, put this video for a pause and try to solve the question on your own. So this is not going to be a very difficult level question. So I expect every one of you to take less than a minute to solve. The question says, Ram and Shyam are two brothers whose ages are in the ratio of 7:6. Okay, so it's not the case that Ram is 7 and Shyam is going to be 6. The ratio is 7:6. Could be the case that Ram is 70 and Shyam is 60. 3 years back, the ratio of the ages was 6 by 5, and the question is find the ratio of the ages 3 years later. Okay, so if I go with the childhood method that has been taught to me in my school, so anything in the form of a ratio and proportion, your teacher must have been told you that consider the value to be as x. For example, assume the current age to be as 7x and 6x. And then probably you can solve all the possible ratio and proportion question by the usage of simple linear equation or simultaneous equation. And as the question says that as of now the ratio is 7x by 6x, 3 years back the ratio was actually nothing but 6 by 5. Okay. So as of now, this is a very conventional crude manner. This is not the way in which ideally a management student will solve. I'm just explaining you the difference between what has been taught to you in school level and the way you have to deal with all the management exam. Then possibly in your childhood days, where your best of the best teacher must have taught you something called as cross multiplication, that you multiply this with this and 6x minus 3 by 6 to get the value of x. For example, the possible case could be 35x minus 15 will give you 36x minus 88. Okay, possibly, and then you get the value, somehow you manage to get the value of x as 3. And possibly you would then substitute the value here back to get the current age, which simply is nothing but 7 3s are 21, and then 6 3s are as 18. Now if you get the current ratio as 21 by 18, the question asks you to find the ratio of the ages 3 years later. Then all you could have done is like adding 3 in both the cases, and the value could have become 24 by 21, which is nothing but 8 by 7. The big question is, who does it? Do you have time so much to do all the possible calculation like this? No. No, it's all the possible management exam is not asking you to do math. They're asking you to do quant, which is nothing but your applicative mind, which can solve mathematical question in a non-mathematical way. So the objective of MBAP strategy is that you have to read the question so very well that you get the fucking answer on its own. Take time, as much time behind reading the question, but as soon as you are done with the reading of the last word of the question, the answer has to be out. That's the beauty of quant. You don't believe me? Let's do it together. Okay. So all what I'm going to do is now is we're going to take the simple information which is being given to us in the question, use simple the principles of numbers to get all the possible answer that you expect. Okay. So the question says, Ram and Shyam are two brothers whose ages is in the ratio of 7 by 6. So can I expect the current ratio to be as 7 by 6? The question also says, 3 years back the ratio was nothing but 6 by 5. The ratio is nothing but 6 by 5. Okay. And the question asks you to find the ratio of the ages, nothing but 3 साल के बाद. So let's assume the value to be as a by b. Now if you actually understand what is happening with these numbers, it's nothing but see the way the numbers is being changed. Now if you actually infer, have a very close look. As of now the ratio is 7 by 6. 3 years back the ratio was 6 by 5. See the changes, 7 has become 6, 6 has become 5. Can you infer both the values has been decreased by 1? Okay. The inference says, when I take the numbers 3 years back, the values has been decreased by 1. So the question is, what if you go 3 years ahead? The answer is also very simple. You possibly could add the value by 1, increase the value by 1, and you got the answer something as 8 by 7. It's exactly the same what you have. Now had it been the question, what could have been the value 6 years later? What could have been the ratio of the ages of Ram and Shyam 6 years later? Then all possibly what you could have done is, when I move 3 years ahead, I'm going to increase the value with 1. So when I actually increase the value 6 years later, then possibly I have to just increase the value with 2, and possibly the answer in that case would be 9 by 8. And that's how simple the evaluation proportion questions would look like. And again repeat, this is not one of the most difficult questions that we have, that I'm planning to explaining, but the application is going to be on this level, purely application on Jugaad to get all the possible management exams cleared. Okay, let's take the next question. Okay, so the question says, the ratio of number of ladies and gents at the party in the beginning is how much? 1:2. Which means, could it be the case that the number of ladies is nothing but 1x and number of gents could be 2x. The question says, when 2 ladies and 2 gents left, the ratio of ladies and gents then became 1:3. And the question is, how many people were there at the party originally? Now once you are done with the reading of the question, then you actually have to ask, the very first question is the question asking you to find the individual value or the total value? Because if the question is asking you to find the total value, it doesn't make any significance that how many ladies and how many gents actually left. The question is actually how many people left. Okay. Okay, can I assume that the objective is again the same. As soon as you're done with the reading of the question, the answer has to be out. Okay. Okay, there's nothing but simply called as Jugaad. Now can you assume what has been given to you as the ratio of gents and ladies and gents at the party is nothing but 1:2, and you have assumed that 1 could be 1x, second could be 2x, and total could be 3x. So what is this 3x? This is nothing but total number of people who are there at the party. So the moment I write something as a total which is nothing but 3x, I actually mean whatever the value it may be in the beginning, this has to be a value which is divisible by 3 because the number is in the form of 3x. So can you imagine, originally there's a number which is actually divisible by 3. Good. Now see what's going to happen now. The question says, now 2 ladies and 2 gents left. So how many people left? I'm going to say 4 people left. Okay. So originally a value divisible by 3. I got to remove 4 from it. And now what's going to happen? And now the new ratio is actually becoming what? 1:3. What's going to be the total here? The total now is going to be how much? Total now is going to be how much? 4x. The total now is going to be how much? 4x. So the moment I write total as 4x, I am going to mean that whatever the number is remaining now, this has to be a value which is divisible by 4. All what I have to check now is look for all the options that you have which has this kind of a relationship. Okay. Now originally the value should be divisible by 3. Is 6 divisible by 3? I see yes. So if I remove 4 from this, what's going to remain? I am left with 2. Is 2 divisible by 4? No. So this cannot be the answer. Let's go with second one, 9. Is 9 divisible by 3? Yes. If I remove 4 from this, what's going to remain? 5. Is 5 divisible by 4? No. So this cannot be the answer. Can we go ahead with this? 12. Is 12 divisible by 3? Yes. If I remove 4 from it, what's going to remain? 8. Is 8 divisible by 4? Oh yes. So this could be an answer. What about the last one? 15 by 3. Is it divisible? Yes. Minus 4 is 11. Is 11 divisible by 4? No. So dude, this cannot be the answer. So my answer for this question has to be 12. And that's how simple as your Jugaad or the MBAP strategy works in all the possible management exams. Okay, now let's take the next question. The next question also says, in a mixture of how much? 45 liters, the ratio of milk and water is nothing but 4:1. Okay, so what has been given to you is, initially, the ratio of milk to water is nothing but 4:1. Additional some amount of water, that is X, has been added to the mixture. And the new ratio of milk to water is nothing but, what has been given to you as, the new ratio is nothing but 3:2. And the question is about how much water has been added to the mixture, which means the question is actually asking about this particular value, which is X. Now imagine in the beginning the ratio of milk to water is nothing but 4x and 1x. Can you assume the total value as 4x plus 1x and 5x? Now the moment you hit the total value as 5x, it means originally you have a value which is divisible by 5. Good. And the question is you added something to it, and let's see what's going to happen to the new value. Okay. The new ratio is nothing but 3x plus 2x, which is nothing but again 5x. But simply means the new value is also divisible by 5. So again, it's not a ratio proportion question. It's a very simple logical math question which says if you have a value which is divisible by 5, you added something to it and the new value is also divisible by 5. So whatever has been added to the previous value which is divisible by 5 has to be a value which is divisible by 5. For example, if you assume, let's take a case 5. If you add 1 to it, is a new value divisible by 5? No. Add 2 to it, it's going to be 7. Is it divisible by 5? No. If you add 3 to it, it's going to be 8. Is it divisible by 5? No. If you add 4 to it, is it divisible by 5? No. If you add 5 to it, the new value will become how much? 10. Is it divisible by 5? Yes. Which simply means whatever has been added to the previous mixture has to be a value which is divisible by 5, and the objective is so simple that out of the 4 value which is being given to you as option A, B, C, D, 72, 27, 50 and 9, which is the value which is divisible by 5, and the answer has to be 15. I hope you understood. Now, new question that you can see on the board is one of my favorite questions that I've ever come across. So probably we're going to take as much time as reading the question as the same time in getting the answer. Okay, probably the entire sort of like 5-liner question that you can see on the wall now, could be solved in less than 10 seconds. Okay, the objective is going to be the same. Use MBAP strategy or simple jugaad to get the answers. Okay, okay. Now, whenever you read a question and whenever you're done with reading the first statement, try to infer what has been given to you. The question says, the binary ice cream shop seller sells two flavors, that is vanilla and chocolate. Okay, so you have two flavors, that is vanilla and chocolate. On a Friday, the ratio of vanilla to chocolate sold was nothing but 2:3. The question is, if the store had sold four more only vanilla chocolates, the new ratio of vanilla to chocolate that could have been sold is now 3:4. And the question is, how much vanilla cones did the store sell on Friday? That is the initial value of this vanilla, is the question that they ask. Okay, so the objective is now towards chocolate. So check this out, check this out, check this out. All what I can see is, let's do it very quickly. I'm talking about only vanilla, which is initially a value divisible by 2. If you increase this value by 4, the new value should be divisible by 3. So you got a vanilla value which is divisible by 2 in the beginning, add 4 more, and the new value should be now divisible by 3. Next objective, go back to options and just check which option is actually following what is being required. Let's say 32. Is this value divisible by 2? The answer is yes. If you add 4 more, the new value will become 36. Is 36 divisible by 3? Yes. So this could be an answer. What about 35? Is it divisible by 2? No. So you will not even invest time even to check for this option. Next option, 42. Is it divisible by 2? Yes. Good one. Let's add 4 more and the new value becomes 46. Is 46 divisible by 3? No. So this cannot be the answer. Let's take the next value, 48. Is it divisible by 2? Yes. Can we add 4 more here? And the new value will become 52. Is 52 divisible by 3? No. Because 51 is divisible, 52 will not be divisible. So even this cannot be the answer. So my answer for this question has to be option number A. That's how quickly you can solve all the possible ratio proportion questions by simple jugaad. Okay. Let's take one more important question on the same level. So though the length of the question that you can see here is huge, it does not mean you have to invest a lot of time or you have to neglect the question when you actually prepare for all the management exams. Okay, let's read the question and possibly by the end of this, the last word of this question, probably you will get the answer. The question says, at the start of the seminar, the ratio of male to the number of female is nothing but 3:1. Okay, so what is being given to you as the ratio of male to female in the beginning is nothing but 3:1. Can you imagine the male to be as 3x and female to be as 1x, and total will be a value which is nothing but 4x, or a value divisible by 4. During the tea break, 16 participants left and 6 more female participants left. Okay, so this 16, how many were male and how many were female, you don't know, but this 6 were females. And the question says, the ratio of male to female then became how much? 2:1, which means total has become how much? 3x, which means the value is divisible by 3 towards the end. And the question is, what was the total number of participants at the start of the seminar? So the question is not asking you to get indulged in finding the number of male and female. The question is just about total. And possibly you will not have to deal with how many males were there, how many females were there. Possibly you will just read the question in a very simple way to get the answer. So initially you have a value which is divisible by 4, like this, out of which 16 left and 6 entered. So what's the net loss here? 16 people left, 6 entered, so minus 10. And the new value is something which is divisible by, by 3. And let's check again which option is the best suitable for this. So you want a value divisible by 4. Is 64 divisible by 4? Yes, first, okay. What if I remove 10 from here? The new value becomes 54. Is 54 divisible by 3? Yes, so this can be an answer. Let's check the next value, 48. Is 48 divisible by 4? Yes. If I remove 10 from this, the new value becomes 38. Is 38 divisible by 3? No. So this cannot be the answer. What about the next value, 54? Is 54 divisible by 4? No, so you'll not even check this value. Last value, 72. Is 72 divisible by 4? Yes. Can I remove 10 from here? The new value will be 62. Is this divisible by 4? Oh, so is this divisible by 3? No. So again, this will not be the answer. So the answer has to be option by. So the objective is this again Jugaad or MBAP strategy, which I just reinforcing on you again and again, is read the question so very well that you get the answers on your own. That's how simple your ratio and proportion could be. Alright, so I hope you all like this video, which is basically on all the strategies that I have covered for ratio and proportion. This is going to be the last slide in which I'm going to talk about myself. So that's my Facebook page, that is MBAP Abhijit Singh. Do hit on this page to get all the possible updates and the strategy and the shortcut videos. That's my website, that's mbapowerstar.com. To get more updates on the all the possible management exams and the shortcuts for the same, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel and which you are on. And people who are there in Mumbai, if you want to attend my free CAD and CD workshop and all the other management exam workshop, please do call on the numbers which has been mentioned here for Ghatkopar and Boreli workshop to be a part of the huge family that we have. These are some of the glimpses that I have captured for some of the most successful workshops that I have taken pan India, that is Mumbai, Pune, Hyderabad, Bangalore and Delhi. Okay. Thank you so much guys, wish you all the very best for your upcoming management exam. Stay tuned, I'll be coming up with a more I'll be coming up with more videos on all the possible management exams and covering all the possible shortcuts that I have and that I teach to all my students. Thank you so much.